My next guest is the newest member of the UFC's roster, getting it done over Jack Cartwright at Dana White's Contender Series this past Tuesday. It's Jose Johnson joining me here on the program. Jose, how are you?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm blessed. I just seen some lightning though, and that's kind of terrifying.
Oh, well, geez, I don't want you to be another statistic, those crazy lightning stats and all that. But thanks for taking the time, man. I see you're in the car. Where are you heading to? Where am I getting you today?
I am on my way to go eat hibachi with my lady.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got this new spot called Maru in Killeen, Texas, and I'm pulling up right now as we speak.
Well, I hate to be cutting into your date here, man. I won't keep you too long, but big win like that. We got to talk, obviously. I mentioned it there off the top. You're the newest member of the UFC's roster. Has that sunk in yet? I know we're a couple days removed. How you feeling about that?
Oh, man. So later on that night, I got back to the hotel, and I stayed up till like 5 o'clock in the morning because I just was looking at all the replies and everything from people, and it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming, and it all like hit me at once, and it was amazing, man. It's such a blessing. I'm so excited to just be a part of this extremely stacked division, like I said before, and I just can't wait to make some noise.
Anything about Jack in the fight surprised you? I know you were well prepared, but after the fact, you can kind of look back and reassess. Was there anything that was a bit unusual?
I mean, the fact that he said that he was gonna bang, at weigh-ins, and then they all say that, and they turn into wrestlers really quick. That kind of threw me off. But other than that, it was everything that I kind of really expected. I expected him to wrestle at some point, and I knew my jiu-jitsu was gonna get the better of him.
You were the betting underdog going into the fight. Did you have anyone win any money on your fight, or maybe some fans, sending you their receipts? Because I imagine that would have cashed pretty good.
Oh, I had a bunch.
Okay. Anything crazy, like money wise?
I believe one of my friends made like I think he almost made like 2,000 off of me. Yeah, because he bet that I was gonna win unanimous decision, and I end up winning unanimous decision. So like he made a pretty good chunk.
So when's the steak dinner? When's he taking you out? That's the deal. You did your part of the deal, right? He's got to help you out, and not like an Applebee's. Like we need like a good quality steakhouse where you really get some high quality stuff.
Yeah, take me to Prime. Roof
there Chris, you go. Like I'm Canadian, so I'm kind of unfamiliar with a lot of the steakhouses, but I'll take your word for it. That sounds pretty delicious. And just on that note, man, what's been the feedback? Obviously it's well known. I don't think I have to bring it up, but like I know Dana made a point of bringing you on because of your interview as well. I'm sure that was inspiring to a lot of people. How has that been, sort of being this role model, so to speak, after this big win and big moment in your life?
A lot of people have reached out to me. Like I think I have like 197 different message requests on Instagram still that I have to go through, of people just like, hey man, you inspire me to keep going, like when all odds are against you, just to keep pushing, keep fighting, that like good things do come from that. You do persevere.
Does that make the win even sweeter, just knowing that you've impacted so many people?
Oh, that makes the win great, because that's all I want to do. When I die, I want to be a legend. I want to be remembered as somebody who did something. I don't want to be just remembered as a dollar sign. I want to be remembered as somebody who made an impact, and to have known that I've made an impact on people's lives and decisions that they make. It just makes me feel so accomplished, and I just can't wait to do more.
I know at the post-fight presser, they asked you who you wanted next. You brought up Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley, kind of saying down the line. But I like it, man. Bring those names up. Get your name on their radar. I think that's genius on your end. But I was going to ask you. Obviously, there's two fighters in the UFC that you fought previously, and I know defeated you. Are those high on the list, or are you kind of over those and you don't care? You'll avenge those when you avenge those.
It's kind of like I'll see you when I see you situation. Like I'm sure I'm going to see either one of them again, and I can't wait. But I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, and just so people know, that's Mana Martinez, Ronnie Lawrence. I think Mana has a fight booked coming up here soon, and Ronnie, not sure what's going on with him, but very interesting to say the least. So is there an opponent? I mean, again, it's great to shoot and, mention those big names, but kind of looking at the roster, we're a couple days removed. Have you had a chance to look at the rosters, or any name you're looking at? Not as like a call out necessarily, but maybe hey, this is a fun fight.
I think that, especially because we're both from Texas, Whenever the UFC decides they want to come back to Texas, the way y'all want to make some money is if you match me and Adrian Yanez. Me and Adrian Yanez grew up on the the LFA scene. We actually fought on the same card one time, and I remember looking at his style and I'm like, yo, that would be a fun fight. That'd be an extremely fun fight. So I think that'd be
Okay.
something.
Well, and easy fight to negotiate, right? You guys both have the same manager. So that would be pretty easy. But I mean, playing devil's advocate here for a second, Adrian's had obviously a few fights in the UFC, and he's probably going to get a ranked opponent next. Is there anyone else? Because like I'm just talking like a realistic next opponent that you think would work here. Again, I love the fact that you're shooting high here, but I would think that Yanez is going to get a ranked opponent next.
No necessarily, not like no specific target, to be honest. A fight is a fight. I'm just prepared either way for whoever, and I'm just waiting for my management, Uridium with Jason House and those guys, to just hit me up and be like, hey, this is the guy, that's the guy. So.
It's great. And kind of on that note with management, how much have they helped you get this opportunity? Not everyone gets a second chance and all that. How much has that impacted your career signing on with them?
Man, that signing with Uridium has changed my life, not even my career. The brotherhood, the bond that was built between all of us from the beginning is just it feels unbreakable. So like I thank all those guys. Me and Jeremy just went out after my fight. Me, him, and his girl, and my girl, and then my coach and his girl. We all went out. It was just a great time, just talking to these guys. I was kind of getting on them a little bit. I'm like, dude, so you the one who been matching me this whole time? Like, match taking for me this whole time? He's like, yeah. Like, dang, bro, you ain't thought of one easy fight to get me heavy. Like, that was not on his mind. He was like, yeah, he kind of explained it to me, and it makes perfect sense. Give me these easy fights, and I pad my record, and I fight. That's it.
You're battle tested, man. That's one thing I'll give you credit for. You did there's a couple. We can name a number of fighters that have a couple fights and they won on Contender Series. They're on the show. You've got a ton of fights, man. Like I think battle tested is an understatement when you eventually make that UFC debut, because you had tough opponents on the regional scene. I don't think people give you enough credit for that.
True. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I always look at strength of schedule. I think that stuff's important. If the UFC came to you right now, or your management came to you right now, and they said, "Hey, when do you want to fight next? What would be the perfect date?" How would you answer that?
I'd say give me 2 weeks.
Okay, there we go. You're ready to rock and roll. After obviously eating some good food too, right? So
of course.
Other than going on a nice date here today, what else you got planned for the rest of the week, the weekend? What do you got going on? Are you going to be watching the fights anywhere? Or are you a guy who likes watching it at home?
Actually, I got a pretty nice sized house, so I'm probably gonna watch them over at home and then throw like a fight party. And then we're going to we got invited out to this new club here in Killeen called the Lux. It's very like laid back. You gotta wear a suit, super upscale, like martinis. It's really great. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna celebrate there, but we're gonna be watching the fights in my house.
Yeah, it's the best watching it at home, right? Because I trust me, I love the bar food and stuff. It's great that the atmosphere, but then you get those morons who don't know what they're talking about when they're watching fights, and they're like, it's.
I like those morons.
You do.
It's fun. It's fun to listen. I'm like, they think they know what they're talking about, and it's hilarious because they don't. But you just sit and listen.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. I agree. Dude, thanks for the time. It was great to talk to you. Looking forward to that debut when it does come up. And in the meantime, if you got any sponsors or social media you want to plug before we get out of here, I'll give you the last word.
Platino Pride. It's the name that's on the screen. It's Platino_Pride 95, and that is on Instagram. I'm not as active on my Facebook anymore. And I'm just now going to be making a Twitter today. Actually, my girlfriend convinced me to make a Twitter today. I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Knockout Grinds, Liquid Roofing, Construction with Eric Garrison and those guys, SAS, my team, that's Strike and Submit, Strike Kings out in Coppers Cove, Texas, my awesome other team, and my jiu-jitsu team, Henzo Gracie, San Antonio. Thank you guys for everything. Elmore's, which is the best place in Killeen to get some catfish, and O'Malley's, because they're owned by the same person. That guy's been like a father figure to me